Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? I don't. I am. This play was a roller coaster. In all honesty, I was shocked by some of the things that were said. Um, I think I think overall it does an excellent job of showing how nasty people can get towards each other. Uh, I can also understand why it gets censored. Uh, some of the things that are talked about in the show and just the abuse of I don't even know what to call it. I mean, couples abuse. Like clearly there is some dysfunction between not Honey and Nick, George and why am I forgetting their names all of a sudden? The other couple. Uh, they're the main characters. Jay, come on. Who are they? Anyway, the main characters, they they tear into each other, and I think that this idea of cross relationship abuse, particularly when they were cornering Honey and Nick, and I think that what happens in that portion of the play really is just unsettling. It's discomforting for. I mean, it was discomforting for me to read just because of. I mean, it feels like secondhand embarrassment almost because of the questions being their deepest, darkest secrets, and both of the couples leave with their marriages in a messier state than they were when they arrived at the house. I mean, and they when they first got back at the beginning of the play, their marriage was already in disarray. So like, I think even though there's not a whole lot of diversity in like set and like it doesn't move. It's a pretty It's in one location, and it still does a fantastic job of keeping you engaged. Just because, so you're never expecting there to be conversations like this amongst two different couples that, quite. I mean, I'm almost certain that they had just met. Like this, Nick was a new professor. And these two couples hardly know each other, and they're putting them into a position where they need to do something like this, and it's concerning, first of all, but also it speaks true to a lot about human nature in a way, just because of like, I don't know, this idea that there is a picturesque sort of relationship going on. I mean, it can be assumed that from the beginning of the play that not many people know about the situations that they're going through and the troubles that they're having to work through. And I think that while, yes, it made Nick and Honey very uncomfortable, they needed to talk about these things. They needed to hash it out. And quite frankly, I mean, like, there's marriage counseling, and then I don't know. I don't know about these two. They got some issues to resolve, to say the least. And I mean, Edward Albee is a genius. He's a mastermind with words. Like, I think this script is just extremely well written, and the themes that it addresses are beautifully touched upon just regarding human psychology or in general, thinking about the different aspects of that and like how that can play into how we experience events like this and situations like this overall.